All right, you're looking at visuals straight from Rabie Ridge. It's a developing story, and Aviwe Mtila is watching that situation, and there's a dispute there over a piece of land that residents in that area wanted to occupy. Aviwe, what are you seeing?
4 police nyalas making their way through a wall that was made by the community here, moving towards the community. Police, South African Police Service, at least 20 policemen on the ground now, making their way towards the community as the community stand off some 200 meters. 4 heavily armed police nyalas, followed by the Johannesburg Metro Police, making their way towards the community members who just moments ago were just throwing stones towards the private security. But now it's the South African Police Service that's making their way there. With those shotguns in hand, we're hearing rubber bullets go off. Stun grenade being thrown towards them now. There it goes off. Stun grenade going off towards the community, and the police are firing those rubber bullets towards the community. It seems like the police have had enough of this ongoing tussle between the Rabie Ridge community, firing rubber bullets. Stun grenade about to go off once more. As we move closer, tear gas already in our eyes. Tear gas already engulfing us, yeah, where we stand off, and the police also backing off because the area is laced with tear gas now, making it difficult to breathe. Some of the police officers standing back, but the community itself just moving back. It's a standoff of some about 200 meters between each other. It's difficult to even open our eyes now because of the tear gas, and the police themselves just moving a bit backwards. We're going to try once more to go forward. We see one of the nyalas with the water cannon. It's a bit difficult. Even my colleague here, we're just struggling with something just to
I fully understand.
Breathe a bit. So I'm just going to let you see some of the visuals.
Yeah, I fully understand, Aviwe. It is quite difficult to talk, run, and breathe at the same time when that, that sting of the tear gas hits you. So I will allow you to take a moment to just, try and catch a breath at the moment. And indeed, it does happen. It lingers in the air after it's been dispatched by members of the South African Police Services. And usually even the police themselves find themselves caught up in that blowback from the tear gas that they do deploy. So I fully understand the situation that you find yourself in there. It seems the police there are moving in decisively to try and break up that community protest in Rabie Ridge. Aviwe Mtila a few seconds ago showing us visuals of the police nyala demolishing what seems to have been a wall, a brick wall, believe it or not, a brick wall that someone decided to construct in the middle of the road, basically using that to block off the road. That's been demolished, and police seem to be pushing back the community. The objective is to try and keep them away from a piece of land which is to the right of your screen from the visuals that Aviwe and the team are showing you there as they try and catch their breath following the police officers. Aviwe, if you are able to talk to me at this point, if you've been able to catch your breath, what led to what seems to be a decisive push by police officers? What preceded this particular decisive push that we are seeing at the moment?
So it was just some young, and I must mention that it was just some young community members saying that it's been time. Because remember that they had broken off for at least an hour without any commotion. So they took it upon themselves to throw rocks at the private security, which I see now. The SAPS, which was further up there, decided that they're tired of what's happening and in fact forged forward. You see there's one of the police nyalas which has a water cannon as they move closer to the community members. Everyone is dispersed. It's difficult to breathe. It's difficult to see, as you can imagine, the sting of the tear gas, and it's all around the air now as more police nyalas come behind us, even from the SAPS. It looks like they've had enough of all that has been happening in Rabie Ridge, and they've actually parked off near the Ivory Park Primary School now in a 4-way stop here. and there is not a sight of one community member here as the police, South African Police Service, all converge once more this side. We'll try to get you the visuals, try to get an idea of where the community is at this moment, but where we're standing now, it's just SAPS members, which I'm assuming will clean up what you see on the floor here. There is bricks layered on the floor. There is what used to be traffic signs laying dead middle in the middle of the road. You can see the heavy police nyalas and the policemen just converging once more. I'm going to try to get close to hear what is happening on their side, but it seems that they've had enough of what's been going on. The community standing off at least some 200 meters from the policemen, and the policemen just converged once more here. And the community is in fact still calling the policemen as they still converge here at this very moment, planning their way forward, that they will now forge ahead. But they've managed to just get them off near the property that's been the bone of contention. Remember, this is all around the land, a stretch of about 1 kilometer of land that the Rabie Ridge community says that has been left destitute for years and years. And in fact, there's been a lot of criminal activity happening in that land, bodies found dead, rapes occurring, and they've taken it upon themselves to invade the land and in fact want to erect shacks on the land. But a private owner has since come up and said that while he's intending to build the RDP houses there, the community say that they don't want to hear any of that because they've heard those promises before. So that's the situation at the moment, as the community members still stand off some 200 meters away from the police, seemingly converging themselves. And you can see the road itself is laced just with bricks and rocks on the road.
Yeah. So, Aviwe, in a way, it's a good thing that we're seeing police taking the leadership role in policing that particular protest, because earlier on the situation seemed to be there was a much more significant role for private security. And I say, in a way, it's a good thing in that in terms of public law and holding police accountable, that's easier than having, private policing of what is a public protest. Of course, the issue of private land comes into play, but police continue to be responsible even if the interest at stake is a private one. I see that despite the push by police officers, Aviwe, it doesn't seem like those community members are dispersing.
Not at all. They're standing some 200 meters away from the police. We're also just trying to get to the side. But from what we see at the moment, it seems to be a bathtub that has been burnt on the road, still agitating the police at this moment, calling the police at this moment, telling them to go further up. You remember that this Republic Road is laced with bricks all over. In fact, at least 3 brick walls that seem to have been done almost professionally. If you could see the walls that were built here, at least 3 of those were layered on the road itself, with the police contingency that is making the way to the community having to stop and then just demolish what seemed to be that wall that was made by the community with proper bricks in places. But the community seeming not to let go. They've converged further down the road as the police stand off in some 200 meters in that 4-way stop near that contentious land. The community itself has converged further down. I'm hoping we'll have enough time just to get there and get the voices there to get an understanding of what they're saying. But they're close voices that we can talk to. In fact, this very moment, just around here to get an understanding of what's going on. They seeming to be a bit shy, but let's move further up to get to the community itself that's still adamant and calling the South African Police Service, which was followed by the JMPD, but seemingly the JMPD has backed off. It's only 4 police nyalas that I see from the South African Police Service, and seemingly it seems the community is saying whoa, which signals that they want some sort of pause or some sort of stop. We're going to try and get to those voices to understand what's happening. There is that bathtub seemingly that was burning earlier on, and the community still layering the bricks here as that bathtub continues to burn. We're moving closer to the community now to understand what is going on. They're singing songs here as they move bricks onto the ground.
No more.
They're calling for the mayor as well, but it's a huge. Amapolisa maninzi bawanithini nganenze kayo ngoba amapolisa ngakho.
Yeah, amaphoyisa masifumeza la sifuna le ndawo le wani since from 20 years le ndawo ikhona emasimba basifisa le ndawo le since ihlele la ingane muntu manje sifuna ukuhlala la basifisa amaphoyisa la. And they hire a private security. Why they just call the police? There's a nepotism that's been going on here. No, we are tired of this. We want this place.
The community adamant that they still want that contentious land, with the police looking on now. Those another police nyala joining them, so it's 5 police nyala, one with a water cannon, which I'm assuming will be used to disperse this crowd. But the crowd is saying that they're not going anywhere. It looks like it will be a hit, and the police are moving forward again. The police nyala is moving towards this direction. The police nyala is moving towards this direction, and it's exactly where the community was. Community scattering in every direction at this very moment as that police nyala charges through. Police, the community scattered every direction. The policemen are going off, going into the area, the community, looking for them. Another one coming behind us. Another police nyala coming behind us. Try with a lot of policemen. Oh, some people have been arrested at this very moment. People are being arrested. Community members taken into the police nyalas forcefully. So we're going to try to get you all of that. They're coming now. The police nyalas making their way through the layering of the bricks that is littered all over this Republic Road in Rabie Ridge, Tembisa. The policemen getting off those police nyalas. We're going to expect firing off those rubber bullets here as they take in some of the community members. Community members watching some distance, some of them just hiding, in fact, as the police make their way inside where they live at this moment. Some of them just watching as it all happens. The police have now are at the place where the community was earlier, and some of the community members are just watching on as all of this happens.
In case you're just joining us, those are live visuals from Rabie Ridge. eNCAs Aviwe Mtila tracking that protest there by community members. It's over the contentious issue of land. There's a piece of land that community members want to occupy and want to build shacks on, but they are being prevented from doing so initially by private security in the main, but we are seeing a decisive push by members of the South African Police Services. Of course, there are bigger debates to be had about the issues that are being raised by the community, in that they are saying that that land lying there fallow, not being used by anyone, has led to a number of social ills in that particular area, including such issues as crime, including rapes that they say occur in that piece of land. Let's listen to this member of the community and see what they have to say. Aviwe, I don't know if that's someone you want to engage with. If you do, just signal and you can take it away.
Yes, I'm just going to get to it and get the comment from this gentleman as all of this is happening. Some people being arrested at this moment.
Please, my name is Elias. I come from Rabie Ridge. We are dying here because of people here. They want to kill us for our land. And so please, can you help us to be all right? Yeah. And please, God must be with us, please, for Jesus and Christ. Can you please help us, please?
It's still continuing here. The policemen now seem to be making their way further up the police nyala down the Republic Road here, turning around, making its way up. The community members coming out bits by pieces. I'm assuming they'll then once converge once more. We saw someone being arrested earlier on, Bratulas, as that police nyala makes its way back up. It's the police nyala that took some of the members, and now again the community members are running away from the road as that police nyala zigzags through the road because of the bricks that are layered all over this road. Policemen that you can see in those police nyalas zigzagging through. And another police nyala making its way right behind it. A similar zigzagging that you can expect from it as well. Community members also time and again trickling out as that police nyala makes its way up. It's a situation, in fact, that we've seen for most of the morning, but it's really the first time that we are seeing it from the South African Police Service. Earlier on, it was a standoff, continuous standoffs from private security hired by the property owners that were just protecting that land. Now, for the first time, we are seeing the South African Police Service being the ones at the forefront to try and contain what has been a standoff between the private security and the community of Rabie Ridge wanting to invade that land. In fact, it's an issue that's been happening for at least 4 days, Bratulas, escalating last night with the community burning those tires, burning logs, and in fact making walls on the street, Republic Road, stopping traffic from happening. You see those police nyalas just coming in now, zigzagging, making their way out, while the community members are nowhere to be seen now, but you can rest assured the minute that they converge, they will gather once more. I'm not sure if that's a stun grenade that was thrown moments ago, or it seems to be a rock from one of the community members throwing it at the police nyala as it passes by. You see them once again coming out. They just wait for the police nyalas to go up as they converge at the four-way stop closer to the contentious land, and they will just come out again and gather. You can expect this situation to be ongoing for the majority of the day, because it has been going on since we were here. We arrived in the early hours of the morning. 7 o'clock we were letting you know what's happening, and this is the situation that we were met by, but it was coming from the private security that we do understand was hired by the South African Housing and Infrastructure Fund, the CEO being Rabie Mtila.
Yeah. All right, Aviwe, that's where I will leave it with you, but we'll certainly be back with you in a moment here on eNCA. Do stay safe there with the team outside there in Rabie Ridge. eNCA's Aviwe Mtila live with that developing story, and Thembekile Mkhototo will pick it up in the next few minutes. I've overstayed my welcome. Thembekile Mkhototo in for Den Moyane on the midday view here on eNCA.